Today, I thought of talking about what you can do about stress in life, you know, because we all encounter stress. And sometimes there could be times where you feel overwhelmed with stress and you don't know what to do about it. So, let's talk about how we can manage this stress in our life. First point I would say is what you can do is you must be having so many thoughts going on as what you need to take care and what you need to do. What you can do is see what is most important and prioritize what you really want to do right now, which is urgent, and put all your attention in that one task. Like, let's say you have at your job like 15 things you need to do. It is stressful. I understand. What you can do here is like out of these 15 tasks, see what is most urgent and take that one task and then forget about the rest of the tasks and give your full attention in this particular task and go deeper into it. The point here is forget about the other tasks. Sometimes we get stressed thinking about the work that we need to complete. And through that, like we get enormous stress because we just go on thinking what needs to be done and like honestly, like rather than doing the work, people are go on thinking what they need to complete. And that's what creates stress. So what you can do here is just take out all that 15 tasks and get the most urgent and put all your attention to it. The next point is forget the rest of the tasks that you need to complete. It is very important. Remember that. And then just go into this task as if it's in a meditation. So you are giving all your attention into that one thing and you forget the rest. And in this way, you can complete one task at a time. You know that even though there are 15 tasks, you can't multitask this. And we can only focus one task at a time. So the best thing is you can just focus on this one thing and forget the rest. And then the second thing I would suggest you is like write down all your stresses, like what triggers you stress in your life. Write them down and become aware about your triggers that create this stress. More you become aware about that, more you can take responsibility for what really triggering this stress. So that is the second point I would say is write down all your list that triggers your stress. So you become more and more aware as what is really creating stress in your life. Sometimes like becoming aware about our stress points, like that itself creates a lot of healing right there because you become aware about this. So write that down all what creates or triggers stress in your life. The second point. And the third thing is like come to this moment, live in this moment and see what is the problem that is creating right now, right this moment. See whether you can connect with this present moment. If there's nothing to solve here, what is this moment right now? If you ask yourself, like, What is the problem right now, right at this moment? Is there any stress at this moment? Actually, no. How we get stressed mostly is we going into our future. And this goes hand in hand with anxiety as well. So try to anchor yourself in the present moment more and more. Take breaks and look at a cloud, look at a flower. Give some space in order for you to connect with this present moment. Sometimes we are so caught up in our mind that we forget about like this, or like when we are caught up with our mind, we forget and we don't see and we don't have this access to this present moment because we go from one thought to the other thought, whereas we lose the touch with the reality. So come to the present moment, try to anchor yourself in this moment. Connect with your senses. If there's a bird singing, listen to it. Give few seconds to it and you would not lose anything. Try to bring this presence into your life more and more. Take some breaks. It's really okay for you to take few breaks and just stay and just be. We are so caught up with doing. What about being? And in reality, we think that we have all control for this life and we think all this effort is what really creates the life that you have. No, it's not just your effort. There's also force, which is effortlessness. Force also working for you. There's invisible hand which is supporting you all the time. Have trust in life. We get more stressed because we don't trust this life. Because we are not connected with this higher force. It's not that like it's all because of effort that you are living this life. There's also an invisible hand supporting you all the time. There's invisible force supporting you all the time. Trust in this. Trust life. When we lose that trust, we get more and more stress. So the third point is bring more awareness, bring more presence into your life. And then the fourth point is practice mindfulness. If you can do like 30 minutes daily meditation, that would really help you even throughout your day. I know this is sometimes people are so busy in their life, they don't even have time to take few minutes in order to do a meditation, but start from 3 minutes. You don't need to do 30 minutes, just start from 3 minutes. Do a very small meditation. And then the next thing I want to share with you is like people who have stress are quite breathing in a very shallow way, breathing from their chest and up. Try to take very deep breaths so that the breathing goes deeper into your belly and comes from the belly itself, not from the chest. People who are constant in stress is prone to have shallow breath coming out of their chest. So try to like take very deep breaths, like even for few seconds, like few minutes during your day. And then the next point is remember that you are not alone in this. Like there's so many support sources, like support, like there's so many resources that you can go for support. Like you can talk to a therapist, you can find a coach, or I myself coach people and like support them in their life to transform. And like you can seek support from your parents, you can talk to a friend. Do not stay like just be on yourself and shrink yourself and think that you're alone in this. No, you can always seek support. Sometimes people go into very uh, like to an extreme end of like being very independent, especially in this society. Like people are like sometimes try to go into a very extreme level of independence. No, like sometimes you need to just seek support. And it's important so that you know that there are other people whom you can go to and then rely on and then get support and move on from the situation. You don't need to just try to resolve everything on your own. Just seek support. So here are the 5 points that I would like to share with you about stress. And remember that you are not alone. And if you have anything which is stressing you a lot, just seek support. Thank you.